So, hi guys. In this session, we are going to understand how to develop a Maven web application. Okay, so how to develop a Maven web application. But before developing this Maven web application, okay, so I want to know what is what is Maven life cycle. Okay, so what is Maven life cycle? For every Maven application, there will be one life cycle. Okay, so what is that life cycle? We will understand. Basically, Maven follows. Okay, so Maven follows 5 steps of life cycle. Okay, so 5 steps of life cycle. The first one here is validate. Okay, the first one here is validate, and the second one here is compile. Okay, compile, and the third one here is test. Okay, so test, and the fourth one here is package, and the fifth one here is install. Okay, so Maven lifecycle basically follows 5 steps. Those are validate, compile, test, package, and install. First, we will understand what is validate. Validate means what? It will validate. Okay, so it will validate the application. Okay, the application directory structure. Okay, it will validate the application directory structure. Then next, what is compile? Compile means, okay, so compile means it will compile. Okay, so it will compile source code. Okay, so source code and places the places the target classes. Okay, and places the target classes into what type of folder here? We will be getting target folder, right? Okay, so into target folder. So this is called what? Compile here. What compile will do? Compile. Okay, so it will compile the source code and it places the our source code classes into the target folder here. Then next, what is the next here? Next here is, okay, so it is used to compile and run the test cases. Okay, it is used to compile and run the test cases. So this is the next thing here. And what is the next one here? Package. So what is package? It will pack the application. Okay, so it will pack the application into what format? Okay, so into what format programmer want? Okay, so programmer want either he want in jar format or var format like that here. Okay, so this is second. Done. Next, after this, what is install? Install means what? Okay, so it will add. Okay, so it will add jar or var file. Okay, so it will add jar or var file to the local server. Okay, to the local directory here. It's called what? Install. Uh, After this, we are having some special things. That means goals in Maven. Okay, so what is goals in Maven? In Maven, okay, we are having a thing called, okay, so Maven build dot dot dot. Okay, so Maven build dot dot dot. Inside that, we will be defining what goals. So what are the different types of goals here? One here is, okay, so compile. Okay, so compile. Next one here is uh, clean and install. Okay, so clean and install. And the next one here is package. Okay, so package. And the next one here is test. Okay, so these are the 4 goals. Okay, so what we are having. Okay, so in the Maven tool. Now we will understand what is this goals means. Okay, so we will see with respect to programming. But now you just understand. Okay, so in Maven we are having goals when we define what Maven build dot dot. So what are the goals we have? Compile, clean, install, package, and test here. Okay, done. Next. After this, what is the next step here? The next step here is uh, how to, okay, so how to develop a web application. Okay. To develop a web application, first what we have to, first let me create a Maven project file. No, Maven project. Here, don't check this checkbox because you are selecting what web application. Next button. Here type web app. Okay, so wait for some time. It will retrieve the archetypes from the internet. Here, select, okay, so org.apache. Yeah, this one, web app 1.4 version. Next button. Here, group ID is com.data. What is artifact ID? So, Spring MVC application. I want to develop a Spring MVC application. Of what the version is 1.0. And click on. Now observe in the progress bar. Okay, so the application is creating web application of how much percent it has created 33%. Wait until it becomes 100%. Okay, so please wait. It's taking some time to download. The application has been created. Now, what is the next step here? Open this. Yeah. So a web application has been created. Web app, web.inf, web.xml, and index.js. Now, first add a server to the workspace. So click on this no servers. Click on Apache. Okay, so 8.5. Next button and click on finish. Done. A server has been added. Now add a server to the build path. How to add? Right click on project, build path, configure build path. Okay, so add library, server runtime. Next button, Tomcat 8.5, finish, apply, apply and close. Okay, done. Now after doing this, you can able to see we are getting two folders here, src main java and src slash test slash java. Okay, in some cases, okay, we don't get src main resources and src slash test slash resources. So for that sake, what we have to do here is, so right click on project, build the path. Okay, so here you can able to see a source folder. That means you can able to create a new folder, like what folders you want, src main resource and src slash test java. But this time I want only these one folder only. That is more than sufficient for me because I am developing WebMVC. That means Spring WebMVC application. Now inside this, first what I want to do here is, so let me open this server tab. And here by default the Tomcat admin port will be dash here. Now change it to some number here, 789. Save. And here timeouts. So 4.00 and click on save and click on save. Yeah. Next, what is the next step here? Now create a class. So how to create a class? Right click on src main java class. Now, what is the class name here? Com dot teja dot controller. Okay, so what is the controller here? Something like home controller. So before developing this controller, my what is my next intention here is, so first let me see what happens when I write controller here. Uh, no dependence. No, no, no. It is not coming because we didn't added what Spring WebMVC dependency. Now open this form.xml and add Spring WebMVC dependency. Now, when you develop a web application, automatically dependencies tag we will be getting. Okay, so first we will be getting a default dependency, that is JUnit dependency. Add the dependency below to it. Done. Now we have added what Spring WebMVC dependency. Okay, so it is connecting to M1 repository and it is downloading the jars here. Okay, done. Very good, super. Now save this. Now open this home controller. Now write @controller. Yes, now we are getting controller. Okay. Now here @request mapping of what slash home. Now define a method. So what is the method here? I want to define a method called public string show home page. So return home page. Now what is the request mapping here? The request mapping here is slash show controller control. Save. Done. Now here we are returning what home page, right? Now let me create a JSP page. Copy. Come here. Inside this web INF folder, what I want to do here is I want to create a new folder. Folder. What is the folder name? Views is a folder. Views. So inside this, let me create a JSP. Right click. Other of what JSP. Save. Next button and finish button. Now here, let me define h1. Welcome to Spring Web MVC application and save. Now, for this, let me write the coding. Okay, you don't bother about what is all these things. You just understand so how the Maven web application works. So let me take init. Okay, so app init. Here, let me define a thread component. Okay, so public class app init extends what? Abstract annotation config dispatcher servlet initializer. Okay, so override all unimplemented methods. Okay, now here let me define this servlet mapping here. New string of. Okay, so new string of slash mbc slash star. Okay, done. Now, what is the next step here? Now let me configure this what so config so com dot teja dot config so app config click on enter. Now here so let me define the annotations first. Configuration. Okay, so enable web MVC. Okay, because I want to enable what MVC driven architecture. And next one is what enable component scan. Okay, so base packages equal to com.teja.star or com.star only. Let me take com.star. Okay, now here let me define a bean. Okay, so let me define a bean. Public internal resource view resolver VR. Okay, so internal resource view resolver VR equal to new internal resource view resolver VR dot set suffix from where our exact our JSP pages are available inside web and folder. Inside that we are having a folder called VR dot set prefix. Okay, 1 minute, 1 minute. This is what this is prefix and set suffix. Dot JSP. Okay, so return VR. Here define what @bean. Now let me run this application. Right click. No, 1 minute. Here inside this app init. Okay, so configure what? Okay, so our configuration, right? So new class of app config dot class. Now right click, run as run on server on Tomcat. Next button, click on. We got the output here. Welcome to Spring Web MVC application here. Okay, that means what? We have executed the web application inside the web server here. That is great. And the application is running on the server. Okay, fine. Now, what is the proof, sir? What is the proof? I want the proof. Now, observe server has